The success strategy that I'm going to present today and we're going to review is called Create Creation. Now, although Alejandro is going to put some visuals up on the screen, I encourage you to also create your own visuals. Now, the visuals, I gave Alejandro free rein today to really be creative, because this success strategy is about not just being creative, but about creating ways to be creative. Because I think that that kind of invention and imagination is what can be useful in every area of life. I think that when we're, of course, writing, whether you're writing a book or an article or a poem or a letter to a friend or an email, you all write. Some of you don't consider yourself writers, but I consider all of you writers. So you can invent and be creative when you're writing. Or, of course, some of you do artwork. And if you don't do artwork, I encourage you to do artwork, even if you don't think of yourself as an artist. And, of course, we all benefit from creation when solving a problem, or planning our future, or making dinner, or making love. It's really good to be creative when making love, or making money, or promoting your boss at work, for those of you who have a boss, or assisting the people who work for you, for those of you who have people that work for you. Or if you're a teacher, I know some of you are teachers, preparing a lesson plan, or improving your culture at work, or improving your culture at home, or improving your culture of your friends, improving your health, creating a vacation. And I could go on and on. These are just some ways that we want to be really creative in our life. So the success strategy, Create Creation, is an idea saying that you can actually create being creative. Well, I want to hear from you in a few minutes and actually have you be creative. But first of all, I'm going to present a few of my ideas about how to be creative. And then I want you to write down and create some of your ideas. And I want to hear from you. And then I'll present a few more of my ideas of how to be creative. And then I'm going to have you, we'll do a little question and answer period, because I gave you one assignment today, which was to bring 3 questions to our call. I'll listen to your questions and I'll create some answers along with you. We'll do a discovery intention. We'll break into small groups. And then if we have time, we might even do a coaching. But that might just use up our time. We'll see. All right, well, let me jump right in because I want to get to your invention very soon. So first of all, I recommend that if you want to be creative, if you want to create creation, take it on. Like really commit to it. Don't leave it to chance. Realize the value of it, and then create more than you seek. A lot of people, when they're looking for answers, they seek the expertise of others. That's an okay idea, but I'm recommending that you create more than you seek. Spend more time creating a solution or an answer than seeking it from others. To get what you want, we often seek by reading or communicating or observing, but I think we can also seek and communicate within ourselves. So that's my first idea. Don't leave it to chance. Really take it on. My second idea is to let go of an attitude that some people have, which is, I'm not creative. Now, I'm guessing you don't have such a strict attitude, but sometimes, or you may notice, well, that you think that, or you kind of say that to yourself, or pray tell, some of you even say that to other people. I recommend you let go of that attitude and adopt a new mantra, new attitude, new point of view called, I am really creative. And not only am I creative, I can create being even more creative. That's what this success strategy recommends. Create being even more creative than you are now. Let go of I'm not creative and adopt the attitude that you're an extraordinarily creative person. Well, one way to do that is set aside time for it. Because creativity really does take time. It may even take time out of less creative endeavors. You know, Native Americans do it by a multi-day vision quest. But you don't have to set aside multi-days. You could set aside just 10 minutes every day. Or you could set an alarm. And periodically you could just say, okay, when the alarm goes off, I'm going to stop and really be creative. You could stay up very late to do it. Or you could get up very early to do it. But the point is, set aside time to do it. Then one of the most tried and true ways to be creative is called the brainstorm. I just want to remind you of the kind of the rules or the guidelines for great brainstorming, which is, first of all, limit the time. Because there's part of our creative mind that really operates. You can dig down in your resources. If you kind of have a limited amount of time, like you might say, okay, for 3 minutes I'm going to brainstorm, or for 5 minutes, but not for 20 minutes. It's too long. Because limiting the time puts something at stake. And of course, the other guideline for brainstorming is to allow the wild and crazy, and to postpone evaluation. So you're really limiting the time, you're allowing wild and crazy ideas, you're postponing evaluation, and you're building on the ideas that you had before, or the ideas of others. Well, another way to create creation and really increase your own creativity is to set up a special place. A special place in your house or your office or even in the world. So you know, it's a little like church. You know, most people who go to church, they go to a separate place to pray or to meditate. Meditators usually have a little room, a little altar in their house, or they'll go to a special building to meditate. So creating a special place allows your subconscious to be cued up that this is the time for creativity. You can also even allow special clothes for creativity. You could have a creativity hat. So you say, all right, now I'm really going to be creative. I'm going to put on my creativity hat. It's kind of like putting on your thinking cap. Well, after you go to your special place, here's something else that I think is really important, which is to practice creating nothing. Creating space. Creating room. Because it's really hard to create something until you've created nothing. Because otherwise what you're doing is just changing something. A full mind, or even a full life, has little space for that which is new. Now in the workshops, and most of you have attended workshops I've conducted, we've done this by erasing the past, or by doing a letting go ceremony. But you can also do this by deep relaxation. You can do it by listing what you have and crossing it off. But the point is, practice creating space or creating nothing. And then, another idea to create creation is to invent questions. Questions that promote your creation. What I ask you to do for today's call. That's what I'm going to ask you to do for every call from now on, is to bring questions that will promote your own and others' creation, invention. Next idea is to delegate the whole thing to your biocomputer, to your subconscious, so that you really, instead of creating with your conscious mind, you literally say, okay, I'm going to give this to my biocomputer. I'm going to give this to my deep consciousness and see what gets created. One way to do that is to use your sleep time, either your nighttime, your dream time, or your nap time. I often kid about sleepitation. So sleepitation is the process where you set an alarm for like 20 minutes. Then you go to bed, or you go to your couch, and you allow your biocomputer, your subconscious, your sleep time to create. Now, if you do that, I do recommend you have a little stack of 3x5 cards by your bed. I do. Of course, I don't go anywhere, including bed, without my 3x5 cards. Or a recorder, and you write down your ideas before you even open your eyes. That's why I like little 3x5 cards. I'd like to give you 2 more ideas, and then I'm going to have you write and share some of your ideas. Partner with others. That's kind of what we're doing here. If you want to really be creative, get a creativity partner. Get a thinking partner. Maybe it's even a child. Since I last talked to you, I spent an overnight and a whole day with my daughter, it seems like my granddaughter, Rosemary. And it's so fun to let her help me think. So partner with another. And modify your routines. Just kind of notice, how do you routinely do something, and then do it differently. So if you generally brush your teeth with your right hand, brush them with your left. If you generally sleep on your side, sleep on your back. If you generally walk to work, drive to work. If you generally drive this way to work, drive a different way. If you usually eat at 8 and 12, try eating at 6 and 4. Change where you listen to the phone. Change which hand you write with. Change which hand you do your mouse pad with. I tried this the other day. Or if you have a mouse, not a trackpad on your computer, turn your mouse upside down. Boy, that is really tricky. So modify your routine. Well, that took a little longer than my typical short lecturette, but I wanted to give you a whole bunch of ways that I think you can create your creation. Create being creative. And now I'm going to pause, not say anything for a minute. I'm thinking some of you have already written down some other ways to be creative, but for the next minute, please write.